Okay, now I'll call the meeting to order. This is the Monday, March 27th, 2023 meeting of the Greenwood Advisory Plan Commission. It's called to order. First thing we have on the agenda is the approval of minutes.
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second? I'll second. We have a motion by Monica, a second by Mr. Lexi. All in favor, please show with the right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes 6-0. That was the meeting minutes for March 13th, 2023. I have no special requests or continuances. Old business, PC 2023-002, Worsville Commerce Center Phase 2 Primary Replat. Is there someone here to present?
Yes, you have Justin Elastic with Scannell Properties online to help present this proposed primary replat.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. We are ready to move forward today. So
We'll have to have anybody sworn in that's going to speak in favor of this.
Do you swear I don't practice perjury? Testimony is true to the best of knowledge.
yes,
Okay, thank you. You stated your name. Can you state your address, please?
our address for Scannell Properties is 8801 River Crossing Boulevard in Indianapolis.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed.
All right, so a little bit of back history for this property. This primary plat was originally approved back on the January 11th, 2021 Plan Commission meeting under PC 2020-066. In the time since that primary plat was approved, we have gone on to develop lots 1, 2, and 3 in this site. And just for reference, this is at the intersection of Allen Road and Collins Road. So like I said, we developed lots 1 through 3 with lots 4 and 5 remaining to be developed. With this proposed replat, we are proposing to incorporate a little over 7 acres from the property directly to the east of ours. And the intent would be to utilize this existing property to relocate our detention basin that services this entire park. The purpose for this proposed amendment is we potentially have a build-to-suit tenant who is interested in taking the remainder of our parcels. However, in order to meet their requirements for parking and things of that nature, we were looking to relocate the pond to gain a little bit more developable acreage in the original Worsville Commerce Center master plan. In speaking with staff, this additional acreage that we are going to acquire, about a little over or about 0.21 acres will be dedicated for Allen Road right away. And as I said, the rest of it will be used for detention. And as such, we will continue to have it maintain its existing zoning of ag. So we will not be requesting a rezone of this additional piece. With that, I am happy to answer any questions the Plan Commission might have on the project.
We'll hold the questions for a little bit.
Okay.
Is there anybody else who wishes to speak in favor of this? Seeing none, as this is a public hearing, we'll allow 15 minutes for remonstrators. Is there anybody here who wishes to remonstrate? Seeing none, close the public hearing. Plan Commission, any questions or?
I do.
Okay,
Joshua, there's a lot of different questions and statements on the tech review. The staff, has everything been addressed on this to your satisfaction? Staff?
okay. Oh,
Any staff can answer.
So I was just going to say, so the majority of the comments that were listed on the application, those will be addressed in our site development plan filing. They're a little bit more technical than what is typically addressed at the primary plat level. That being said, I do have our engineer, Josh Breibler, on the phone with American Structure Point. And with this primary plat submission, we did provide updated drainage calculations to staff to ensure that our revisions to the detention pond do not have any negative impacts to the overall development.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
President, I move to approve the proposed primary final plat change of Worthsville Commerce Center Phase 2 Industrial Subdivision submitted by American Structure Point on behalf of GLA Properties docket PC 2023-002, subject to the technical review committee condition that all staff comments are addressed because the primary final plat change complies with the standards in the Unified Development Ordinance Subdivisions Division, and to direct the president to sign on the commission's behalf the notice of determination and written findings regarding the approval of the primary plat as prepared by the planning board.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Probst. Are there any other last questions or anything before we take a vote? Seeing none, all in favor, please show by raising your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes 6-0.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oleschek. Is there any old business from the floor? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business. Again, this is a public hearing for PC 2023-010 Worthsville Development Primary Plat. Is there anybody here to speak in favor of it? Please come forward and be sworn in.
You swear to perjury, testimony is true to the best of your knowledge.
Yes.
State your name and address, please.
Good evening. My name is Mike Timko. Address is 250 East 96th Street, Indianapolis, Indiana. We're here tonight to request approval for a primary plat of approximately 68 acres located at the southeast corner of US 31 and Worthsville Road. What I have shown on the screen here should look a little familiar because we were here last month requesting the rezone petition. And if you recall, that was to rezone the west half of this property to a commercial medium on the north side and commercial large format on the south side, with the remainder of the east half staying the existing industrial zoning. So this site plan is generally consistent with what was shown last month for the rezone process, with the exception of we have made some, what I'll consider improvements based on staff comments. So those have been incorporated up to this point. But I will just give a quick overview, kind of working our way from the north down to the south end. So lot 1 in the northeast corner there, that's approximately 15 acres. That will remain as a part of the Endress and Hauser campus. And so that is a new state-of-the-art development that's shown in that lot that everybody's very excited about. In the northwest corner, which was part of the property that got rezoned to the commercial medium format, you'll see there's multiple outlots. We've requested up to 4 or 5 outlots in that northwest corner, up to 5 outlots in that northwest corner. And those would be your typical fuel station, restaurant, auto service, out parcel type lots is the intent there. And then as we work our way further to the south, block C in the southwest corner, that was part of the rezone application for a commercial large format. That development isn't quite as clear at this point, but obviously the commercial large development and those intended uses within that rezone would be the intent for that eventual development. And then along the same lines, Block D in the southeast corner, the intent would be that Anderson Hauser would retain that area as a part of their campuses as well for future development. One of the key things that we've been working through on staff revolves around the public road improvements. You can see we have a couple different sections of public road that would be dedicated as a part of this development. So there was originally, I believe we didn't have the connectivity from Worsville all the way down to Pushville. That was one of the comments from staff. So you can see now that we do have a north-south corridor that goes all the way through the development to create a nice line of connectivity, as well as a branch that connects into US 31 and the Enders Hauser campus. So really the goal here was to make sure that the folks on the Anderson Hauser campus would be able to take advantage of this new development that's happening here by creating a more connected route that's easy for folks to use. And then there would also be the pedestrian facilities along those public roads as well that would create a nice walking connection through here in addition. Some of the other staff comments that are noted revolve around the coordination with other entities outside of Greenwood that would be involved with this project. There are 2 county regulated legal drains that go through this property. So we had a good conversation with Greg Campwell, the county surveyor, last week to talk about the plan, the intent, and how to really dive into the details to make sure that both parties are satisfied with the progress going forward. And that was a very productive conversation. Nothing that is counter to what's shown on the screen here was presented. So we felt like it was overall a very receptive conversation. And then in the same way, we've already started dialogue with NDOT, with US 31 being part of their jurisdiction. And so in the same vein, they were very receptive to what was being proposed. Naturally, they're expecting a traffic study, and we're working with Mark and his team to make sure that that traffic study meets the needs of both NDOT and the city to ensure that these intersections are getting any improvements that they need as a part of this new development. So that's at least my high overview. We do also have a representative from Anderson Hauser here, as they are a joint partner in this development as well. So I'll open it up for just a few words for Anderson.
Can you be sworn in as well?
Yeah. Yeah, she's sort of.
Okay.
That's my.
Thank you. Just state your name and address for this record, please.
Yes, my name is Addison Allen, 8830 Latitudes Way, Minneapolis. So I'm speaking on behalf of the legal department from Anderson Hauser. I first want to thank you all for the invitation and open format of today's meeting. We are collaborating with you in these 70 acres to provide new development and opportunities within the Greenwood community. We have cooperated on the design of the primary plat and believe this will help with our continued growth. Anderson Hauser is committed to the Greenwood community. They know this will not only further our growth, but strengthen our roots. Thank you for your time and continued support.
Is there anybody else to speak in favor of this? Seeing none, are there any remonstrators who would like to speak about this primary plat? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments among the commissioners?
You addressed all mine. Thank you.
I do have one question. You show the outlots or you got concept design on this. Do you have commitments for buyers to develop those, or you just have those are concepts? And that's how you kind of want to have divide the land up in
So-
another section.
Great question. There aren't any hard commitments at this point. But I will say the conversations have been going very well, as this is obviously a very attractive corner. So these are very representative of the folks that we're hoping to have there. But I can't say that they're all locked in place by any means.
Okay, so you're working on it and it looks good from your viewpoint. And thanks for your clarification.
I had a question. This is maybe for you, Mark. There's 2 ingress egress off of US 31 shown on this.
Yes.
The north one, isn't that a solid median right there? Would that just be a right in, right out?
Correct.
Okay, and the south one, does that cross the median?
There is an open median towards the south. I don't know that we can see exactly where the future development for Block C would line up with that. I assume they probably want to have that full development. We could reassess it at that time.
Okay, too early to tell, but
Yeah, the traffic impact study will give us some more information.
working in the right direction.
Yeah, when that during the zone map change, isn't that where we discussed would connect to Independence with the stoplight?
That's the, well,
Declaration.
Or
declaration is
sorry.
kind of in the middle, the northern middle, and there's a right in, right out above that. And to the south of that, there'd be another access point on
That's
there.
No, the south of it is down,
The one shown on this primary plat is. the
there's
one
two
that
of them
lines
shown
up
on
with-
here,
Yes,
one at Declaration and
the
one
one
right in, right
declaration
out.
lines up with
And
the
then there's-
signalized intersection and a right in, right out.
And
there's
there's a third one
potential for
somewhere.
a third one further down.
Somewhere. So you're talking here. Yeah. Right. It's the only thing I have. Anybody else? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve the proposed primary plat of Worthsville Development Commercial Subdivision submitted by Kimley Horn on behalf of Unicorp National Developments, docket PC 2023-010, subject to the two technical review committee conditions that one, all staff comments are addressed, and two, applicant will continue to work with other jurisdictions, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Department of Natural Resources, and Johnson County Drainage Board, because the primary plat complies with the standards in the Unified Development Ordinance, Subdivisions Division, and direct the president to sign on the commission's behalf the notice of determination and written findings of fact regarding the approval of the primary plat as prepared by the planning director.
Been read, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Probst. Any final questions or anything? Seeing none, all in favor of this motion, please have a sign shown of your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Good luck, Mr. Tinker.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Is there any new business from the floor? Seeing none, are there any announcements?
Oh, yes, she says.
But wait a minute,
I believe you may have unsafe building,
Maybe two.
perhaps choose one and perhaps two next time around.
Something we brought forth by Mr. Seal.
so based on what Kevin told me, we better have dinner long before.
It'll be a long night.
Yeah, because when we asked you for the agenda for the next one, you were like, oh, it's full.
I don't know, yeah, BTA is like, don't worry about planning commission, other than, I guess, we're going to have
All right,
building stuff.
So we will see you all in 2 weeks, hopefully some additional people too. One more motion.